Did you know that Ogwugwu Okija, the popular Ogwugwu Okija shrine, that place they used to snap dead bodies? Did you know her history? That woman was in human form, just like you and I. She had a life and she was married. She was married to a very wealthy man. And she wasn't the only wife of this man. The man had other wives. But as fate may have it, she was barren. I hate to use the word barren, but it's the closest, okay? She couldn't bear children for this man. Others bore children for her husband. She was the only one, and because of this, there was segregation against her. Okay, there was this abomasi. To the extent that the co-wives would hurt her, and when she goes to report to her husband, of course, her husband would support the women that gave birth for him. It's simple. And she was bittered. And when the burden is unbearable, she would go to complain to the villagers. Of course, a huge number of the villagers was already bought with money or material things. So they would still come to this her husband's house and come and accuse her. Did you know that they called Ogwugwu Okija a winch? They accused her of all sorts of things. All unimaginable things. To the extent that the husband considered giving her love, care, or affection as a waste. Otherwise, where is the evidence of all the affection he's giving her in the bed? I mean, the husband was minding other productive women. And he grieved Ogwugwu's heart. She lacked love. She lacked affection. She regretted her life. She was full of pain. And then suddenly, this feminine deity became sick. And she was even neglected in sickness. These people didn't even care. She was there, living in a rich man's house. But she was wretched and lacked all. All of the evidence of marriage was deprived. You can call her a rich man maid, even though she was legally married as a dead. That is how she died. She became sick, no love, no affection, no caring. As usual, maybe they thought she was faking it or whatever, but they didn't extend arms of love. And in that sickness, she died. Did you know that when Ogwugwu Okija died, these people didn't even know till after some days? That is how they went to go and bury her. In her own small portion of land. Of course, she had whatever that was real to her. They went and dumped her there. They didn't really mourn her. And that is it. This is where the big deal started. During farming season, some villagers rushed to farm, and one thing led to another. Some of the people that offended her went to farm in her own land. And that is where she began to buy them one by one. She was angry. She was a dark spirit. All of the things she lacked, when the villagers come to her farm, she did remember it all. How she was treated, and she cannot hold it. She would just buy them. She was eliminating a lot of them. And the people of Okija were marveled. Not marveled, they were baffled. So they decided to consult a native doctor. That is where a native doctor stepped in. And for the first time, she spoke in Afa. She said that she is Ogwugwu Okija. And she also talked about her anger. And that was also where she revealed that she's not married to Olasi. That it was Olasi that gave her the power to do all that she couldn't do when she was alive. Alright? And they begged her. It might be too late, but they continued begging her. They began to appease her as Afa revealed. They began to calm her spirit down. That is where she brought her condition. She said she will be their mother. The mother that mothered their mother. The entire Okija the entire Okija must respect her. They must acknowledge her. They must worship her. It was her condition. Otherwise, she was willing to. Of course, she's been empowered. The life she had in the beyond is not similar to the life she had in this her reincarnation. And so the Dibia saw there was no alternative. And they agreed to worship her, to adore her, to call her a mother, to appease her, to continue appeasing her. And that she will be the mother of all the children, all the adults, all the fathers, all the mothers, of all that come from Okija. Okay, that is how they began to call her Mama. Ne. I think I told you she's currently the wife of Olasi. One of the wives of Olasi. Because Olasi is a very polygamous deity too. I bring you his story in my next episode. This is Igbo Folktale. My name is Chua Ifechimzorum. I am traditional Momijio.